Hello and welcome to the Wakefield College welcome event, the virtual welcome event this morning. My name is Rich Williams. I should probably introduce myself, a radio presenter on Virgin Radio. If there are any Leeds United fans out there, also a Leeds United TV presenter and the host of the Wakefield College podcast. The college has its own podcast as well. And today we've got absolutely loads in store for you. Now, obviously, originally we had planned to be doing this at Wakefield College. That was the intention. We even have the letters ready to go out to send to you to let you know all the details. But with things as being as they are and numbers rising in cases and bubbles bursting all over the place, you don't need me to tell you. We thought it might be better for this one to do it virtually. So thank you so much for joining us. However, just because we're not there in person doesn't mean you're not going to get a really good idea of what's in store for you come September at Wakefield College, of which there is lots and lots to get excited about. I do want to say, if you've got any questions at any point this morning, there is a chat facility. Just put your questions in the chat and we can ask some of those questions to some of the people we're going to be speaking today to as well. So don't be shy, really. If there's anything you want to say, you've got any comments, please do put them in there. Now, in August, you'll be doing the enrolment and we'll find out a little bit more about that, getting you ready for September, and the letters will be on the way to you shortly. But for now, really, it's just a case of letting you know what's going to be coming up and what you can expect from September. I know the college, for example, is planning an Alton Towers trip in the first term, and today we will be giving away 5 tickets to that trip to Alton Towers. I have details of that coming up later, but not only could you find out about the college today, you could also be off to Alton Towers, which would be great. Now, there's a lot of stuff that we can't get into in terms of detail, but this should hopefully give you a really good overview. And of course, on the website, you'll find everything you need, from details of the college to some virtual tours to your study packs and everything else, all the contact details if you've got any questions as well. So you can get in touch, and there's a little ticker going across the bottom there if you want to make a note of any of the details. Now, coming up today, it's going to look a little bit like this. We're going to hear from the principal, Sam Wright, in just a moment. Emma's going to talk to you about the high quality teaching, which is in store from September. We'll speak to Hayley about student activities and your well-being as well. Ben's in charge of the athlete development program. He's going to talk to you about that. Sally about international trips and opportunities for students. There are so many things to get stuck into. Debbie about working with employers and how we can enhance learning for you as well. Hillary's here to talk about maths and English. And Richard, if you're thinking of it, if you've applied for A-levels, Richard is head of A-levels and he will talk to you about that as well. So loads coming up. Your questions, your comments are really welcome, but let's get on with it. First of all, by speaking to the principal of Wakefield College, who is Sam Wright. Sam, good morning. Hello, how are you?
Good morning, I'm great, Richard. Nice to see you again. And welcome, everybody, and thanks for joining the event today.
Yeah, it's good. Look, we wanted to be there in person. It's been such a tricky year, hasn't it? But I guess from your point of view, Sam, you're really looking forward to hopefully drawing a line under what's been such a year of turmoil for everyone watching this now, with your exams and all your studying and bubbles and all this kind of stuff. Hopefully from September, Sam, we can get stuck back into it and back into it properly.
I mean, we've got everything crossed. It has been a really difficult year for our students, for our staff, and I think everybody's done a sterling job, and we've made it the best that it could be for students who've chosen to learn with us. But we're hoping that the future looks a little bit brighter moving into next year, and we're certainly planning to get our students back on site, and we're hoping that, fingers crossed, we'll see a return to things getting back to some sort of normality.
Fantastic. Now, in terms of everyone watching now who's thinking, right, I'm here, I'm at the end of my school year, I've got the big summer holidays to come, which is great. Just the practicalities of how students will enroll. What's going to happen from between now and first day at college?
Well, obviously, for now, hopefully everybody will have done what they need to do to finish off their studies at college or school or where they're studying presently, and they'll be waiting to get confirmation of their exam results. So good luck, everybody. I hope that goes really well and you get the results that you're hoping for. The next step from our point of view is that we will actually get in touch with you. We will send you a letter individually to invite you in to come in and enrol, which will be probably around the 3rd week in August. So you'll get an individual appointment to come in and enrol on your chosen programme of study. If for any reason you haven't got the results that you hope for, or you've had a change of heart and are deciding to do something different, don't worry, still come along to your appointment and we'll give you the support that you need to get enrolled on the right programme for you.
Fantastic. So that's a really key point there. Wakefield College will get in touch with you about the enrolment. So that is going to be on the way for you. Let's talk about next year from September. How much time can students expect to be actually in college from September? What's the plan?
I mean, at the minute, we are timetabling students to be in college completely on their core programme. Obviously, we've got a plan B because we recognise that guidance can change, but at the moment, we're hoping to maximise the number of hours that students are on timetable, and that we can open up a lot of those extracurricular activities that students love when they're studying here at the college. But I'm sure you'll hear more about that as the open event progresses.
Fantastic. And in terms of some online learning as well, will students be expected to do some of that from September?
I think there could still be an element of that. It very much depends on the course that you're studying, how much of that has got a practical element to it. But, one thing you can be assured that we will maximise your time in college without any shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, and if you haven't been down to Wakefield College, I've been lucky to be down there like quite a bit and speak with students and the staff as well, and see the learning that goes on. It's a fab place, isn't it? I mean, it's got a really nice atmosphere. You kind of feel it as soon as you walk through the door.
I mean, it's just a fantastic environment, and we've just got so much to offer. The feedback that we have from the students that study here is just really second to none. It's been such a shame that our recent students haven't been able to experience all of that, but we are hoping that from September that will change, and that we'll have everything on offer, and you will be able to come along and really sample everything that we've got here for you at Wakefield College. It is the place to be, Rich.
It is, very much so. Sam, thank you just for giving us a little bit of an introduction, and just for everyone can see your face, really, because that's what this is partly about as well. So you can see the staff and you can see everyone. I was going to say have a well-rested summer, but you'll be busy getting ready for September. So there's no point in saying that, is there?
Yeah, I will be really busy and working for a lot of the summer, but I would like to say a huge thank you for attending today, for everybody that sort of applied to study with us here at the college. I'm really looking forward to being able to catch up with you in person when we're back on site. And in the meantime, if I can just say a big good luck with your exam results, have a lovely summer, and I can't wait to see you at the start of the next academic year.
Fantastic. Sam, thank you so much. Have a good day. We'll speak to you soon.
Thank you. Enjoy the event, everyone. Bye.
There you go, Sam. The lovely Sam, the principal at Wakefield College. You'll of course, be getting to know from September once you get yourself down there, of course. Let's talk about the teaching, actually, because the teaching at Wakefield College is super high quality. There are people who've worked in industry who are there to help you. So to talk about this a little bit more, for you is the curriculum, let me get this right, the curriculum development manager for performing arts and music, who is Emma. Emma, that's a long title, isn't it?
Yeah, they don't make it easy, do they?
No. Right. Okay. So Emma, let's just talk about the teaching in college, because this is really key. If you come into Wakefield College, you want to make sure that you've got the best teachers about, people that have got the experience. So talk us a little bit through, I know certainly in your area, but in lots of the areas, you've got teaching staff who have worked in industry.
Yeah, it's something that within the college we're really proud of, and we're so lucky to have the range of staff that we have. We have so many individuals who, like you said, who come from industry. That means that the tutors who are going to be teaching you on your courses, they've gone out there and they've done those jobs that you potentially are hoping to go into yourselves when you finish your studies, or you've been to university, or you've done training, or you've been on an apprenticeship. Within my department, so I manage the music and performing arts areas. We, again, super lucky. The music tutors, they all play in professional bands, they gig, they tour. Some of them have written their own music, which has been produced and released. You can go onto iTunes, you can buy it, and it's great, so please do that. Some of the team are DJs, they've DJ'd at events and festivals all over the world. Within my department, within performing arts, we've got a member of staff who was Jean Valjean in Les Miserables. I myself was a professional dancer prior to becoming a teacher. I toured the world, I got to do amazing things, and we then bring all that experience into the classroom. So when you are learning from us, we're not teaching you from a textbook, we're teaching you from experience, from knowledge. We know what you need to get into industry. And that's not just the case in my areas, that is the case across the whole college. You know, if it's construction that you're going into, your tutors have been on building sites, they've managed teams, they've built houses, they've built massive projects. They've gone there and they've done it. The hair and beauty team, you know, they were hairdressers, they were beauticians, they had their own businesses. They understand it and they know it. And they're there to help you and to help you progress. And they will give you that industry knowledge, advice to help you go out and make whatever career it is that you want.
Yeah, and from a point of view of the impact that has on you guys who are going to be learning from this like wealth of experience, you know, not only are you learning from people who have worked in industry, but in terms of sometimes it feels strange to think this far ahead, but you know, when it comes to a time when you're going to want to get a job or you're going to want to go into one of these industries, to actually have a better understanding of how they work from a kind of real world point of view, that's a really good thing to have, isn't it?
Yeah, and when you go out there and you sit in your interviews and you have to promote yourself as being the best person for the job, you can tell them about this industry knowledge that you have already from your tutors. Because another great thing about your tutors is that because they've been there within the industry, they've got those contacts. So we can arrange for you guest lecturers and workshops with, again, and I keep saying this, but it's really important, with people that work in the industry, and they bring those people in. So you know, it's not just a case of just learning from us, from your tutors and the team at Wakefield College, but you get to learn from people who are out there doing those jobs, and they'll bring that experience for you. They'll give you those little hints and tips about how you can stand out in an interview, how to make your CV better, you know, kind of like how to present yourself, what to say, how to like show that you get it and that you are the best person.
Just from your point of view, very quickly, Emma, I mean, you know, with performance arts and music, you must be really excited to hopefully getting some events back on, you know, doing that thing that you're so passionate about, because last year's been so difficult, but moving stuff back in, putting on performances next year. You got things planned already?
Definitely. So the teams ended their terms last week, so they're now on summer break. And we spent the last week planning. We had meetings, we've set dates in, we've got shows planned. We are so excited to get back in, to get the students back in the studios, up in the music department. I cannot wait to be walking through the corridors and hear Seven Nation Army. It's a favourite, happens every year, but I can't wait because you have no idea how much I've missed it. To hear kind of like all the different like tracks and songs that musical theatre students and the dancers work to, see the actors running around because they've lost their scripts. I just can't wait because it's such a buzz, and we've just really, really missed having everyone in, but you're all coming back and we can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Emma, thank you so much for that. Really, really appreciate it. Everyone get your Seven Nation Army ready to go from September.
Do it.
And, you know, everyone whistling in unison, walking through the corridors. That'd be great. Emma, we'll speak to you soon. Thank you so much.
Cheers. Thank you. Take
appreciate
care.
it. No worries. And you. Any comments, any questions, like I say, chuck them in. We can throw them to whoever we've got chatting on at the time. So if you've got any questions or just generally, go to the website and you can have a look there as well. Let's talk about the facilities at Wakefield College. We really wish you were there with us today, having a look in person, but we're going to hopefully try and talk you through a little bit of this now. To do that, we've got Adele Wright, who is the head of hospitality and catering, hair and beauty and animal care as well. Adele, how are you doing? You okay?
I'm fine, thanks. Are you, Rich?
I'm good. The titles are getting longer and longer as we go through. We started with just principal, one word, and now we're getting bigger. Okay, Adele, just talk to us about the facilities, because, you know, in terms of course areas and doing stuff, it's great learning, but if you're not surrounded by the best facilities that are on offer, then it's not as effective, is it? And the facilities at Wakefield College they're pretty much second to none. They're great, aren't they?
Yeah, they're absolutely outstanding, absolutely first class, industry standard facilities, whether it be from, as Emma was saying, the performing arts, the music studios, creative design, construction, motor vehicle joinery, everything. It's absolutely amazing. And as I say, industry standard. So yeah, got some great facilities waiting for you.
Good stuff. Are you happy to be a tour guide, Adele, if that's all right? All right, great. You've got the headset on and everything. I feel like you're ready to go. Let's see if we can just bring this up now, because if you go to the website, wakefield.ac.uk, there is a virtual tour you can do. This is really worth doing at some point. That's us now, live, but forgetting that, if you scroll down, here we go, campus information and tours, and you've got the Wakefield City Campus and the Castleford one. Let's start with the Wakefield one. You can see those little green circles with a plus on. If you click on them, it expands it, and you can have a really good look round. They're 360 panoramics. So Adele, enough from me. What are we looking at here?
So this is our training kitchen, and this is an absolutely fabulous facility. As I say, industry standard. And like Emma was saying, you know, our tutors, they're all still working in the industry as well, a lot of them. So they know what the latest facilities are and how to use them. And here, as I say, in the training kitchen, absolutely fantastic. And of course, because we've only been open for part of the year, and this building was only completed 18 months ago, it's still like brand new, these facilities. I can vouch for this personally, because I did a little baking course myself last year. So I know these facilities are wonderful. This is the restaurant kitchen. That's the pass there through into the restaurant. The restaurant has only been open for 5 weeks during the last academic year. So we're really excited about you all coming in and using those facilities.
And as we're saying, it is about replicating industry. That's the point. What's the point in learning this stuff? And there you go. Here's the restaurant as well, which will be more in use next year. But you know, there's no point really in learning all this stuff if you're not going to be doing it in the environment that, if you're going to go and get a job off the back of it, you know, that you're not then going to go into. That's the whole point of this.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we were lucky that we were able, within their bubbles, the students were able to serve each other in the restaurant. So they were still able to develop those skills last year. But this year, you'll all be able to serve real customers.
Okay, let's scroll down to the Castleford site, and you can see all those green dots. I mean, there's all the communal areas, the libraries, and you can go and have a look for yourself at some point, the entrance areas, just to give a real feel for it. But if we go into the Castleford campus here, we've got the training salon, for example.
Yeah, so we've got 2 training salons, and then we've got a commercial salon as well. So this is the 2 training salons that we're looking at the moment. So where you'll get to practice cuts and hairstyling and colouring and plaiting techniques, and you get the opportunity to bring your family and friends in as well, and to work on them, show off your skills. But as you can see, the facilities fantastic. You know, it's absolutely superb. So if you go into industry when you completed your course, you'll know exactly what you're doing, what equipment to use. It's absolutely amazing.
If you want to go and get your Phil Foden done, you can have it. I don't know whether September, whether that might have been and gone by the time we get to September. Yeah, possibly so. And there's loads of stuff you can look through, from like construction and all different areas that's worth going to have a look on as well. Just quickly, Adele, tell us, because there's a brand new refectory that's opening for students as well.
Yeah. So our refectory at the Wakefield campus is being refurbished as we speak, and it's going to be absolutely super. So there'll be some great food choices for you, but there'll also be some social spaces as well, and there'll be some table tennis tables, pool tables, things like that, areas where you can go in and meet your friends and just relax and enjoy the space. And of course, early in September, there'll be the Freshers' Fair as well, where you'll be able to learn about the clubs and activities, societies that we've got available for you. And Freshers' Fair is always a really good thing to go to, because there's always some freebies on offer as well, and everybody likes a freebie.
What's your baking speciality, Adele, like you learned on the course? I think you should be there with a table with whatever it is ready for everyone when they get there in September.
It has to be lemon tart. I get requests from my colleagues for lemon tart.
Okay, can we have free stuff and a lemon tart, please, Adele? That'd be great. We'd love that.
I'll do my best.
Thank you for being our tour guide. Much appreciated, Adele. Have a good day. We'll speak to you
Cheers,
soon.
Rich.
All right,
Thanks.
good stuff.
Bye.
So that's giving you a bit of an insight to the teaching and the facilities, which are absolutely brilliant. Wakefield College is definitely the place to be. Some of you might be feeling a little bit worried or anxious about coming to a new environment, meeting new people, the impact of the pandemic. Like, it's been difficult for all of us, right, over the last 15, 16 months, whatever it is. So at Wakefield College, there are lots of things in place to support your student well-being. Let's just speak to Hayley about that, because Hayley is the head of student experience and engagement. Hayley, you okay?
I'm good, thank you. Rich, you?
Yeah, good, thanks. And it is worth, really, with a bit of context, this has been a really challenging year and a bit. I mean, it's only coming up to a year and a half for everyone. And we're hoping that come September we'll be through this chunk of it. But it's had a real impact, hasn't it?
Absolutely. And we have to remember that you guys that are coming to us, in September, your year 10 was affected. The entirety of your year 11 has been affected. It's affected exams, the relationships that you've had with your friends. It has had a big impact. And some people have dealt with that really well. And some people are sort of still struggling with some of that now. And we absolutely recognise that in the college. And so I just wanted to tell you a little bit about some of the support that will be available for students to help support you with any difficulties that you might be having, but also to support your well-being. So certainly whilst you're in college, you'll have a student group leader and they'll be your main point of contact. So if you do have any concerns, you can obviously speak to them straight away. You'll have something called an ILP, which is an individual learning plan, where you can actually speak to your tutors on an individual basis if you do have any concerns. But we also have a whole host of other staff that are here to support you. So we have something called Student Central, which is basically a one-stop shop for all support services. So we have specialist staff who are here to support your well-being. So if you've got low mood, you might be feeling anxious, maybe something's going on at home that you want to speak to somebody about, well, we've got staff available who you can sort of drop in on and have those one-to-one chats. But they also do some small group work. They do loads of different things that can support you. We also have counsellors available if there's some more sort of in-depth detailed work that needs to happen. So yeah, loads of people available. And within that Student Central environment, we also have financial support, careers advice. We've got an attendance team. So yeah, an abundance of people who are here for you.
Yeah, I guess the key thing is really, like with a lot of things like this, there's people there to support. So ask for the support. I mean, I guess would be the obvious but important thing to say, that someone's always going to be there to listen to you and to be able to help you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something we're really passionate about at Wakefield College, really making sure that people feel supported and get the support they need to be as successful as you can be. You come into college to study a course and we want you to do the best that you can. And so whatever we can do to support that, we will do. And I think it's fair to say, as well as having a superb amount of staff who can do that, we also work with external agencies as well. To bring sort of the most up-to-date knowledge and skills for students. So certainly this year through our tutorial programme, we're working with Mental Health UK on delivering a programme called Bloom, which is about supporting students through those transition periods, developing resilience and again, supporting mental health. And we're also working with an organisation called Turning Point, which is, they actually offer talking therapies for students who are 16 and above. They're going to be speaking to you during induction, letting you know how to access their services. So it's not just about what we do in the college, but it's also about the work we do with external agencies in supporting students as well.
Okay, so there's lots of support there is the main thing. Let's talk a little bit about activities and things that you're going to be able to get involved in from September, because actually being part of those, that's good for well-being. It's good for being a part of things socially, getting involved in some really fun stuff as well. So talk us through some of the activities, some of the things that are going to be in store come September.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, it's also about looking after your own mental health as well at times and doing things that you're going to have fun with and that you're going to enjoy. So certainly on a Wednesday afternoon, we've got opportunities for students to get involved in activities because you shouldn't be on timetable at that point. So we've got your general sporting things that you might expect, five-a-side football, we've got netball, badminton, Zumba, yoga, loads of sports that you can do. And again, you can sort of take part in competitive sport, which someone else is going to chat to you a little bit more about, but you can also get involved in social sport as well, archery, lots of different things. And then if sport's not really your thing, we've got a debating society, a driving theory club, we've got a climate action group, an equality and diversity group. We've got loads on offer. But actually, if you think, that's not something that I'm still that keen on, we've got activity leaders in place. So if you feel like you want to do something else, maybe have a chat with them and we can make it happen. Anything that you guys want to do, we can facilitate to make sure that you're getting the most out of college. And you've mentioned, Rich, we've also got trips and visits. We'll certainly be doing an Alton Towers social trip in the first term, and we've got lots of other trips and visits planned throughout the year as well. And that's a real opportunity to meet loads of different people from the college that are studying different courses to you. I think it's really good when you've got a different mix of friends from different environments, and it really allows you to become part of that bigger community.
Brilliant stuff. In fact, in terms of Alton Towers, we've got some free tickets to give away in just a moment. Hayley, thank you for that. Just before you go, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's take a look at this video, which will give you an idea of some of the activities, some of the things that you can be getting involved in from September with Wakefield College. So there you go, lots of stuff to get involved in. Hayley, it's always good to speak to you. And yeah, it'll be good from September to get back into the swing of things as well. Have a good day. Thank you so much.
You too. Thanks, Rich.
All right, there you go, Hayley. Again, I'm just going to reiterate it because it's worth saying. Any questions about enrollment, about September, about activities, about student wellbeing, just ask the question. You know, someone will always be there to answer for you. Now, we talked about these Alton Towers tickets. We have got a competition for you today for your chance to win free tickets to the College Alton Towers trip in October. Here's what you need to do. It's actually really easy. All you need to do is go into the comments section right now and tell me the thing you are most looking forward to about coming to Wakefield College in September. That's all you need to do. Comment that. We will randomly choose 5 of you and announce them at the end of today's event, and then contact you with the details. So what is it you are most looking forward to about starting college in September at Wakefield College? Get it written in the comments, and 5 will be randomly selected, and you'll be off to Alton Towers, so probably worth getting involved in. Okay, next up, let's talk about sport and the athlete development program. Ben is a sports coach down at Wakefield College. Ben, how are we doing? You all right?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Rich. You all right?
I'm good. You're on at the worst time now because everyone's just typing away what the thing they're looking forward to most. So you know, worst time to come on. But no one's listening to you now, Ben. They're all busy doing that.
Hopefully, they're interested in sport. So
they will be. All right. Talk to us about the athlete development program, which of course you're part of as well. For anyone who's thinking that they might want to get involved in that, can anyone join it? What exactly is it?
Yeah, so Hayley mentioned it before just then. So Wednesday afternoon is for sports. So at college, we have our sports teams in football, rugby, netball, basketball, cricket. But a few of our focus sports are men's and women's football and men's and women's rugby. So we are a TAS accredited site. We run a talented athlete scholarship scheme. So if you're interested in this, you want to get involved with football and rugby, we offer training 3 times a week, timetabled around your course, your timetable. The coaches we've got, they're ex-pros, they're UEFA, they're RFL qualified coaches. You know, and myself, I used to coach at Doncaster Rovers, Sheffield Wednesday. Currently, the England College's assistant national team coach. So the level of coaching and opportunities you're going to get is at top. We have S&C coaches who'll do gym sessions. You've got therapists if you pick up any injuries, analysts, sports scientists. Again, all these little things to help you become a better player and give you that chance to develop in your sport. Then Wednesday afternoons, we play fixtures. So we'll be competing against other colleges, academies, teams on a weekly basis. We'll have a few showcase games. So again, we might play a few professional teams, some academies, semi-pro teams, international teams, just with the idea to try and put you in the shop window to give you the chance to succeed. As well as that, if you're an individual athlete, we've got our athlete development program. So if you're a track and field athlete, a golfer, a boxer, anything along those lines, there's the opportunity for you to come in and receive similar support. So you'll work with our nutritionists, our psychologists, everything we can do while you're in college to make you a better athlete. For you, when you go back to your clubs and you're competing on a weekend, on an evening, there's a few college competitions we can get you involved in. Again, it's the way to try and make you the best athlete you can. Over the last few years, we've had 13 rugby league players go on to play for Super League, first team contracts, the likes of James Batchelor, Lee Kershaw, Yusuf Aiden currently smashing it in Super League. We've had, plenty of footballers go into the National League system, playing non-league and kicking on further up there. 7 girls are in the England Rugby talent pathway for the England team. We've had a tour cyclist, an England boxer. We've got a lad who's just graduated who's on a Commonwealth pathway for next year. So if you're into football, into sports, and you really want to crack on and develop, this is a place to be. And if it works, brilliant, like these guys have just said, fantastic. But if not, you've still got a good, high-quality education to fall back on. You can go to university, you can get a scholarship in the USA, or you're a bit older and you're ready, a bit more wiser, ready to go into the world of work.
Yeah, it's a great program, and like you say, you've had loads of success from it as well, which is just brilliant. You might be watching this right now and thinking, that's great, I'm probably not going to end up playing for Wakefield Trinity, but I do want to get involved in sports and activities aside from that kind of program. Hayley touched on it, but there's loads to get involved in. If you want to be doing some sports activities, there's lots going on. Yeah,
there's so much. So like she said, Wednesday afternoons, that is our enrichment day, our sport day. So again, we've got, if you don't want to get involved and you're not quite as serious, getting involved in the training, and the full-time program, we still have opportunities for you to play and get involved on a Wednesday, turn up and play. Again, stuff like the netball, some weeks you might have a game, some weeks you might not. So if you just want to rock up, make new friends, keep fit, have some mental well-being, there's the opportunities for you to do that. And again, I've looked at the timetable, there's netball, there's volleyball, there's cricket, basketball, badminton, Zumba, the gym sessions are open. So there's plenty of opportunities for you to get involved. And the good thing about it all, Rich, is that it's open to everyone. Most places out there, 95% of other colleges, academies, whatever, you have to come in here and you have to do one specific course. The beauty of Wakefield College is we've opened it up to everything. So if you want to be an engineer, you want to be a builder, a plumber, do A-levels, public services, business studies, you have the opportunity to come in, get involved with any of these sports, and also get involved with the football and the rugby development programs, if that's what you want to do.
Great, Ben, just very quickly, you are obviously, a professional coach. That's what you do. So the most important question before we go, what would you have done differently on Sunday night to Gareth Southgate? What was the one thing you would have done differently?
One thing, go for it in the second half. We sat back too deep, but hey, we got there, didn't we? Great experience.
There you go. If you play for a Wakefield, if you play for a Wakefield College team, there'll be no sitting back in the second half. You will go for it in every game. That's the main thing.
Old school. We'll score one more than you.
That's the one, Ben. Great to speak to you. Thanks, mate. Good stuff.
Cheers, Rich.
There you go. Ben's talked to you a bit about the athlete development program, which could be for you as well. Let's talk about trips and visits. We've mentioned about Alton Towers. If you haven't got your comment in yet, why you're looking forward to, what you're most looking forward to about September at Wakefield College, get your comment in. I'm going to pick those at the end. But before we do that, let's speak to Sally from the Animal Care Department, who can tell us a little bit more about trips and visits and opportunities you're going to get from September. Sally, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. And yourself? You well?
Good. I'm really good, thanks. Yeah, really good, thank you. I'll tell you what, let's start off with your department, Animal Care, and then we can look a little bit more broadly at the other departments. But let's take yours, for example. It's kind of like a good example anyway of how departments do lots of stuff when it comes to visits and those opportunities. So what do you have in Animal Care that students will get to do?
Right. Okay. So we have various international trips. Our latest one has been to an animal sanctuary called AAP based in the Netherlands. And if you get to go on this visit, it's a work experience. You get to work as an animal keeper for 2 weeks in this sanctuary. It's mainly primates, originally main primates, but definitely exotics. And some of them are rehomed, a lot are rescued from labs or individuals that have these animals. And also when you're there, you live on a campsite in a pod or a yurt. So you have to self-cater and look after yourself. So that's a great experience for you, as well as going abroad. And you're supported by a tutor there as well. But it's not easy. You have to work for that 2 weeks. But also you get to see other parts of the culture as well.
But certainly, I was going to say, certainly in your department as well, getting that hands-on practical experience work-wise is really important, you know.
Yeah. I mean, work experience is generally important within our industry. Volunteering is something that is sort of expected, really. In the past, we've been to Croatia and Spain, working with birds of prey and dolphins. So quite a range of things. So we're always looking for other opportunities. Generally, we do visits to zoos, rescue centres. There's chance for higher level students to go to London and visit the Royal Veterinary College. So really quite a range of different things, and trying to look at all aspects of working with animals, because there's a huge range of opportunities there.
And of course, like outside your department as well, there's loads of opportunity and international trips that happen.
Oh, yeah.
Lots to get involved in.
The other international trips that are common and really well established are working at Hilton Hotel in Malta, and that's our hospitality students. Work for 3 weeks there in the kitchens. So again, they've got to expect to work and graft while they're there, but fantastic experience for them. Then also travelling tourism. You saw the ski resort video in the clip. So they're working there and seeing how that's like. And then Care in Early Years have got links with Sweden, looking at early years and schools provision and the sort of way that they approach early years, which is quite considerably different to us. So all these are fantastic opportunities. And then there's others within the college that come up.
Absolutely brilliant. I like the way, I don't know whether you noticed, but Sally was very, very keen to stress that there is a work element to the trips when mentioning them, which is really important, but that's what they're there for, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm sat in the unit today.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The bibs behind.
We're loving it. We're loving it. What have you got behind you there? What exactly?
Oh, it's a vivarium. It's got corn snake in, I think, that one.
Oh, wow. All right, you get backdrop of the day. You beat my plain wall backdrop. Right, we'll leave you with the snake. Sally, great to speak to you. Keep well. There you go, Sally. And again, lots of stuff to get stuck into. Really come September. Okay, let's talk about work experience. We kind of touched on it there. Debbie is a work placement officer and can tell us more about working with employees. Debbie, how are you? Okay.
I'm great, Rich. Thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm good. You've got quite a nice backdrop there as well.
Yeah, I'm sadly not in New York, but wishing I was.
You could have got away with it, Debbie. You didn't. You could have got away with that. Okay. Placements. Yes. Students. They're going to get an opportunity to do this.
They are indeed. Employer engagement, as a few of my colleagues have touched on, is a really, really important aspect of their learning. Obviously, students are going to be in workshops, they're going to be in the animal care areas, they're going to be in the studios, but the actual hands-on experience with the employers is absolutely spot on. So, speaking to you guys, we are going to be looking at providing you with talks from employers. We're also going to be looking at you receiving masterclasses from the employers. The work experience you get is always something that's linked to the programme that you're studying. So we do critical friend visits. So a critical friend visit is going to be, for example, if you are building a brick wall, we're going to get somebody in who does that for a living. They're going to come in, they're going to critique what you're doing. They're going to be giving you hints and tips and what sort of things they're looking for actually in the industry itself. I find that the students really do come along quite a long way once they've experienced something with an employer. So when you guys join us in September, we'll be sitting down, we'll be looking at the areas that you want to move into. I'll be discussing the paths that you want to follow. And then myself and my colleagues that work in work experience will be matching you with an employer that suits what you're looking for.
And then how do employers influence projects as well?
Well, the critical friend visits obviously have a massive impact for you because they will be able to maybe give you a hint and tip on how you're carrying out a particular task. You'll also be able to look at putting your theory into practice, but they also will help you with other things such as CV writing. They will be able to give you mock interviews. They will be able to inform on how you carry out particular tasks. All the talks that we do that you experience are on projects that they've actually done. So, for example, we got a talk from somebody last year who came in and explained how they turned around all the Nightingale hospitals. So it was like they came in, it was like, right, so the electricians did this and the builders did that. And, it was like, this is how we did it. So you can kind of really get a feel for how these tasks were carried out. We've had the art students, if you're studying art, they've gone out and painted massive murals on walls in, it was a residential home, a residential care home. So the garden for horticulture students, you got to go out and just make these beautiful bedding plants. The bricklaying students built the walls the plants were in. The art students painted this absolutely beautiful mural. And then they got to sit and enjoy, the students got to sit and enjoy the residents coming out for this little garden party, and really get a feel for the impact that their work had for the people they were doing it for. So loads of little projects like that we get involved in will allow you to really experience the impact that your learning's having on these individuals.
Fantastic. Debbie, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it. You'll be busy placing everyone everywhere come September. Until then, we'll leave you to fake New York in the background. And nice to see you. And just before we get on to our next bit as well, let's just take a look at what a work placement actually looks like. This is the kind of stuff we've been doing with Sewell Group and a work placement there.
Hi, my name's John Webster. I'm a project manager for Sewell Construction. Okay, so the way we come to get involved with Wakefield College was Sewell's whole business plan is around the sort of local engagement and social value, and with that, this project, the Rutland Mills project, we have a commitment within a planning condition to employ locally, encourage to sort of for people to sort of seek employment. So with that, I reached out to Wakefield College to offer as many placements as we could, really, if we could sort of work together and provide some assistance for the sort of younger generation, if you like, that sort of moving into the construction business. So thankfully, Debbie came forward, and unfortunately, due to the recent pandemic and restrictions, it didn't happen as quick as we'd like. But Debbie managed to find us a couple of candidates who have now joined the business 1 day a week, and get involved with the commercial side of the business and also the management side of the business. And seem to fully enjoy it and like what they see. They're fitting really well to the team. They come with enthusiasm, which is a big thing. So like I caught on earlier, the two guys that we have that come onto Rutland Mills every week, from walking in the door in the morning, the prompt, the dress smart, the enthusiasm's there, and they're keen to ask questions. And when you see that, for us, you're willing to then give them more. So working in a classroom environment is completely different to working out in the open field. It's not all about textbook. Sometimes about thinking on your feet, planning, engagement with others, and by allowing them to sort of get involved with us and chaperone us and sit in meetings and sort of listen to the sort of hustle and bustle of the office, they get to see it from a different avenue, and it's a privilege to have these guys on board.
So there you go, and that's really how it works, isn't it, Debbie?
Absolutely, and the Sewell Group have been absolutely fantastic in mentoring the students, so massive thank you to them. Okay, brilliant stuff. Debbie, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. You too. All right, good stuff. Let's just talk a little bit about maths and English, actually. A couple more people to speak to. Richard, who's head of A-levels, is coming up in a moment. I want to announce the winners of the Alton Towers tickets as well. But for anyone who's going to be studying maths and English next year, Hilary can tell us a little bit more about what to expect. H is here. How are you doing? You all right? Yeah, good morning, Rich. How are you? Good. Yeah, really, really good. Thank you. Okay, let's talk maths and English for a moment. How many hours of maths and English are students going to be doing?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've been looking at the comments, and there are a lot of people that are worried about the grades this year. But I can't stress enough, don't worry about what your results are. We will get you where you need to be next year. If you're not successful in getting a grade 4 or above in maths and or English, you can study it here with us. It'll be 2.5 hours a week per subject. But the best thing about it is in a relaxed environment. And as I can see in a lot of the comments, there's no uniform.
Yeah, and for students who are struggling with that, how does the extra support work? Because it's kind of important, isn't it, that you'll know that it's going to be individually tapered to you. So whatever support you need is what you're going to get. It's not going to be like a one-size-fits-all sort of situation.
Yeah, and we get that. Don't worry, anybody. We have an excellent online learning platform called Century Tech. And in your first few weeks at the college, you'll do like a personalised diagnostic, and from there you'll get an individual plan. The staff are experienced, that they're so supportive in both the maths and English department. In fact, the whole college. We will get you where you need to be. You'll be doing things like mock tests and progress checks throughout the year. And from there, we can work out what your strengths are. We'll also look at, where you need more improvement. And that can come from, using Teams if you're unable to attend, if you're poorly or anything like that. You won't miss things. That we are here to support you throughout the full year.
And do all students do maths and English?
Only if you don't get a grade 4 or above.
Okay. Yeah, but and then the key thing really to say, like a lot of the other stuff as well, is, don't worry, let us know where you're at, and you're there to help move it to the next stage, aren't you?
Yeah, we've got a fantastic team of experienced staff that are very good at resit GCSEs. It has been a difficult year, a difficult couple of years, and waiting for particular grades is quite difficult for a lot of people at the moment. But like I say, we're here. We will support you throughout the whole year. We've got fantastic equipment. That online learning platform, I can't stress enough. Your first few weeks here, you will be put into a group that is at your level.
Okay, brilliant stuff. Thank you for that. Just because, like you say, a lot of comments have been coming in asking those questions around there. So it's good just to allay, that's how it's going to work. Wherever you're at, whatever happens this summer, come September, clean slate, and we'll start from there, and we'll work out where everyone needs to be, and through you and the team, really.
Yeah, I can't stress enough. Just don't worry. We are here. We will get you where you need to be.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it.
Okay,
enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah, good stuff. Okay. All right. There's only one person left to speak to, actually, before we get into announcing the winners of our tickets for Alton Towers. Also, if you're still not 100% sure about how the enrollment's going to work, I'll let you know all of that at the end. Don't worry, we'll get to it. And you can make a note. It's worth having. If you've got a piece of paper and a pen, you want to make a note of how it's going to work. I can give you some key dates and stuff like that. That's coming up. But first, you might be coming to college in September to do A-levels. And the head of A-levels is Richard, who is here. How you doing, Richard? You all right?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm really, really good, thank you. You're last up, mate, today.
Saving the best to last, clearly.
That's something like that, yeah, definitely. Okay, let's talk about A-levels, because there is the transition from where everyone is now. We've got the summer period and then into A-levels. This year has been different with exams. And you explain, how is it going to work?
Right, okay. So for all of you students out there, you won't have sat GCSE exams this year. And if you're wanting to study A-levels, you're going to study with us for 2 years. And at the end of those 2 years, you'll sit your A-level exams, those dreaded summer exams. There will be external exams. So we've got to get you ready for that. So the thing about A-levels it's a different form of study program to GCSEs. Like I say, you study over 2 years. At the end of those 2 years, you are examined, assessed on everything that you might have learned across those 2 years. So they are harder than GCSEs. You're going to need to do a lot of independent study work yourself, and there's space built into the timetable to allow you to do that. But we'll support students all the way along. So, for example, we'll do some initial assessments when you first join us at Wakefield, just to check that actually you can cope with the A-level standard. That it's right for you, because some students come and join us and sort of, oh no, this isn't what I wanted to do, and that's fine, because we'll work with students to make sure they're on the right program. And then as you go through the 2 years, we kind of build it up in layers. So will start off what you might call GCSE plus. So a lot of the study, the work that you'll do, you'll recognise from having done it at GCSE. And then term by term, we will start to increase it in terms of complexity and difficulty, to the point that by the time you're in your second year and moving towards Christmas and then Easter, you are fully prepared for those exams. You've got the knowledge, you've done the exam practices. We do plenty of mock exams and mock assessments and things like that. So when you do get to sit in that exam hall in 2 years' time, you're ready for them. You're in a good place.
Yeah, because they are academically challenging. Like, you know, these are challenging things to be doing over the next couple of years. And, you know, you're there, you and your team, to support everyone else who's going to be doing these. If you think, well, what's the support going to be there? How is the learning going to be supported? You're there to do that, aren't you?
Yeah, there'll be absolutely loads and loads of support. All of your teachers are subject specialist teachers. Some of them have worked in industry beforehand. You've heard about that before. So they can bring a unique perspective to your learning. There'll be lots of things like trips and visits. For example, a couple of years ago, before the dreaded COVID, our physics students went to Switzerland to see the Hadron Collider at CERN. You know, absolute cutting edge technology stuff that directly applies to your course. We'll get guest speakers to come in to talk to them about how their subjects are applied in real life. And it's all about preparing them for further study, university and things like that. You know, we will support you all the way along. We will be setting things like additional study, independent studies to help you get in-depth knowledge of the subject that you're studying. It's all there to prepare you. We don't want any student to fail. We've got high expectations for our learners. We expect our learners to have high expectations. You know, our pass rate's at 97%. Some of our subjects are 100% pass rate. 30% of our learners achieve A star to B. So these are the high grades. Everything we do is geared around you guys achieving those A-level grades that are going to get you to university, get you on the courses that you want to study, and ultimately get you into the careers that you want to do.
Yeah, and in terms of that next step, you know, if you're thinking about afterwards, what's that next thing you're going to do, that level of independence, you know, around the A-levels, it's not, I don't know, it's not too formal really, is possibly the fact, like, you trust your students, like you're going to be trusted to do your work and be treated like adults and independent people that are coming here to get to that next level.
Yeah, it's a different experience to school. You know, you guys have heard a lot about how it is different. So there's no uniforms and things like that, no bells to tell you when to go to your next class. You've got a lot of independence as a student. I mean, for the first time, for example, you're choosing what you want to study. It's no longer on the national curriculum. So, you know, you choose the 3 subjects you want to sign up to. There is an expectation that you will want to do well in those subjects. And to do that with A-levels, you've got to put in the work yourselves. I mean, you know, Sally was talking about the hard work and things like that. It is hard work. A-levels, it's an advanced qualification. You will be set homework tasks, you'll be set independent study tasks. We do things like what we call flipped learning. So, you know, you'll be asked to go away and read about subjects and concepts and theories, then you come back into class and you discuss them in depth. That it's a different approach to GCSEs, and you know, we will, through tutorials and things like that, give you guys the skills to be able to do well at that. But ultimately, a lot of that work is down to you as students to say, these are my subjects, this is where I want to get to at university, and I'm going to have to put the work in to do it.
There you go. You said it was going to be saving the best till last.
There you go.
Didn't let it down. Richard, nice to speak to you. Keep well.
Okay. See you later.
Good stuff. Okay, we're nearly at the point of wrapping up here today. But before we do that, there were loads of staff, and you're going to meet them all. It's a really great team down at Wakefield College. They wanted to be on here today. They wanted to speak to you. So here's a few reasons why you should be looking very much forward to coming to Wakefield College in September.
Come to Wakefield College because you're humans, not robots, and we have great student support services here.
Because we have committed and talented teachers in the A-level department who know how to bring out the best in you.
because we deliver the Duke of Edinburgh Award and offer lots of volunteering opportunities to help you secure a job in your future.
Because we offer industry standard training by individuals who have worked within the industry or are currently still working within the industry.
Because our meaningful work placements better prepare our learners for their future careers.
Because we deliver lots of different sports and physical activities that you can get involved in, such as Zumba, badminton, football and lots more.
There you go. They're the reasons, and a smashed camera at the end as well. Okay, look, everything you've heard about today, and if you want any more information, the best place to go, wakefield.ac.uk. That's the website. All the numbers you've been seeing over the bottom, anything you need, those virtual tours, go and have a look. Study packs, they are all on there, and they're all on there for you. So it's well worth investing a little bit of time ahead of September. Of course, if you've got any questions, all the details of getting in touch are there as well. All right, a couple of things to do. Let you know about enrolment. I'll do that in just a second. But before, let me announce the winners of the Alton Towers competition. So you're getting tickets to go to Alton Towers. We have 5 winners. If this is you, can you please email, you might want to make a note of this if it's you, marketing@wakefield.ac.uk. I'll give you that in a second, but let me just announce the winners first, who are Aidan Lawson, congratulations to you. Stasia Woolley, you've won tickets as well. Kieran Oldroyd, also Aisling Peel and Alicia Walker. That's Aidan Lawson, Stasia Woolley, Kieran Oldroyd, Aisling Peel and Alicia Walker. All winners. Thank you if you commented. Thank you so much for getting involved, and congratulations to you 5. Marketing@wakefield.ac.uk is the place to go. Right, that's pretty much it from us here this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me just go through that enrolment procedure again for you, because there's been loads of questions about that, understandably, about enrolment and induction. Here's what's going to happen. You will be sent a letter in the next couple of weeks inviting you in for your enrolment appointment. You'll come down to that. That will start at the end of August. And once you've enrolled, you'll then be able to see your timetable online and all the details you'll need. And this is the exciting bit. You will start your college lessons the week commencing the 6th of September. In your first lesson, you will get your student ID. So I guess the key thing is sit tight, the letter's on the way and all the details will be there. Hey, we've got a huge summer in store. Good luck with your results as well. Good luck for September. Wait for that letter, and we really, really can't wait to see you down at Wakefield College in September. Thanks for joining us. If you want any more details, head to the website wakefield.ac.uk. Have a brilliant day.